Hello friends, my name is Chitresh Kundu. I am from Mumbai. The reason for me making this video is about the Indian legal system, primarily on the civil suit. People who are thinking to file a legal suit because of whatever reasons, especially in the family feud. So I just wanted to update you that it's not that simple process. Those who are guided by the lawyers. So sometime most of I just wanted to talk to you about my case so that you are aware whether uh, this kind of system will help you in the future, or how much amount of time, money, energy you need to spend if you want to really pursue a legal civil kind of a suit. So I just want to talk to my about my experience so that you think before you kind of file. I'm not asking that you should not file, but you should file. But then there is a lot of process plus hiccups that you face during this legal process. So I will talk about my case. My father passed away last year 2024 January, and post that I tried discussing with my brother for uh, doing the separation of the uh, father's assets. He did not keep a will, so there are some properties worth few crores. So and also the liquid cash which he has left out in the form of FDs. That part we wanted to kind of separate between the brothers. Unfortunately, since my brother was earlier staying with my dad in the hometown Calcutta, so the entire fund, which is the FD fund, nominee was my brother, because father thought that in case of an emergency, he would be able to kind of, being near, he can withdraw that fund, and then he, for any kind of medical emergency, that fund can be utilized, or whatever purpose emergency. So that was the primary reason my father had kept him nominee. But then he later was about to change those power process, but then he passed away unfortunately due to cardiac arrests last year. So that my brother was also not in India, he was out of India. So he didn't also come for any legal discussions, or nor he did any rites proper rituals of for father's last rites. But then anyways, those are separate discussion. But then I had to eventually file a legal civil suit against him to kind of come and discuss. But then he hasn't come yet. The court doesn't listen. I mean, court, I went many times. The court sends summons. The three times the summon has been sent to my brother. But then after that, I mean, he just left India, so the door is locked. So the wherever he was staying, there are around two properties in Kolkata. So both the properties he has locked out, and I have to travel all the way from Mumbai to Kolkata every time there is a date from the court. Another point which I wanted to also highlight is there is a lot of expense that goes into this process. So initially I had a lawyer. He misguided me, in terms of naming various process, whether injunction, asking to hold the money with the injunction. Later, judge, the court judge denied those injunctions. So then I had to file a partition suit for the entire piece. There are a lot of lawyers who misguided me, file different this suit, that suit, recovery suit, that suit. But then the point is, none of the till now, till date, I haven't found any lawyer who can kind of give you a right kind of directive on what has to be done. And I'll tell you, I have had two lawyers. Each of them took the initial money, and then they later ran away. I mean, simply they said that I am not well. They gave a lot of excuses and all these things, and then they says, just because they on the hearings they get little money, not like what are they initially charged. So they are post your filing, the next hearing dates, they do not come on time, or they will give a lot of excuses. I mean, the lame excuses which everybody understands. um, So, just to give you a rough idea, in Kolkata, one of the, not like Mumbai or Delhi, for that place, the cost of the entire legal process which I have carried out is more than 80,000 to 1 lakh. I mean, court has its own process of justifying the numbers, I mean, in terms of the commercial spend and all these things, but then literally you have to spend every pin to pole, in terms of from the peon to the clerks to the every documentation, the legal things. You have to spend a lot of money, but then till now, after a year and so year, I haven't got a single hearing from the justice as such. So the my point is that it's not a simple process, and there is a lot of I have two kids based out of Mumbai. I have to travel all the way from Mumbai to Kolkata, and then find that there are locks on the houses, so the staying becomes a problem, food becomes a problem. You can't trust relatives because nobody wants to get into a brothers fight. So that part is also ignored. So and you have to do everything for doing the settle. But then my sad part is that the legal processes, the legal for which you kind of go to the court to kind of look at justice, that's also delayed. I mean, the court, I have requested Barasat court, where I did the filing, to kind of send a legal notice on an email electronic form, to which they give lame excuses that we do not follow this process, that process. We do not follow the electronic media formats and all these things. So we only follow the paper process, summons. And I have been lastly told that the process of ex parte, which I was focusing on, because since he's not coming for more than a year and he's not even bothered to come. So the paper notice which I was thinking of, that is yet pending. In between, the judge who was handling the case, he also retired, so there is no way that the other judge was supposed to join in December. It's now today on February 20th. I'm making this video. The other judge has even not joined, so I'm not able to put a petition to kind of get an approval for filing my case or for putting a notice onto the paper. So the whole process is mimicry kind of a thing, where the whoever is filing the case, he only gets all the trouble, or he only has to bear all the pain. The the person against whom you are doing that case may not even bother to do any kind of an action, or go to the court, and court is simply okay with that. I mean, I don't know what is this kind of. I am being a honest taxpayer, I have been a law abiding citizen, and after all these things also, you will not be able to get a good response from the legal system. So I really have a bitter experience till now. I hope, let's see what is the rest process. I will keep updating you all about the next process and how much time it will take. But for now, it is more than a year that I have filed the suit, and there is no response from the court itself, or nor they seem too keen to kind of. So I also to filed a request to the human rights commission, and so they also denied, because it's a family matter within the two brothers. We are also kind of not so keen on this process. So in a nutshell, I am just updating you, so that if whenever you are doing a civil suit, be careful, take the legal right advice. I haven't found a proper legal guide as of now. If any one of the legal people, if in terms of lawyers or judges, hear me out in this video, I would request, please comment and guide me as to what would be the right steps in this scenario. This entire process delays a long lengthy thing, and it becomes very frustrating. I mean, it becomes very frustrating, and it's put a immense stress, mental stress also for me to kind of go ahead. I mean, justice cannot be so delayed, and it cannot be so lazy kind of a thing, that you don't even hear once for the the person who is traveling all the way from Mumbai to Kolkata, spending so much time, energy, money. So there has to be a simple way of doing things. I mean, we are talking about technology, we are talking about AI. So there has to be some mechanisms where court should also kind of make people's life easier. So my humble request, if any legal people are hearing my voice, do comment and guide me as to what could be the right steps. That is one. And second, who the people who are listening to me and who would like to pursue the civil suit ahead, please do it bit carefully. Take the right kind of guidance. There are lawyers who kind of just just for their money purpose they can do anything. So just don't go behind them and take your own logic and do things. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you. Jai Hind.